San Diego, and welcome to The Pulse, where the real news happens. This is Michelle Cibaja and
Bruce Mendez
and Sarah Davis,
reporting from our headquarters here in San Diego, California.
Good morning indeed. Today's topic, do you know where your electronic waste is going and how it affects our community?
I know I just dropped my old electronics off at a facility, but I really don't know what happens to it after that.
Here at the news station, we're wondering the same thing, so we decided to investigate on how U.S. electronic waste is affecting the environment.
And this is what we found. We started by asking Jim Puckett, aka Kirby Puckett, an environmental health professional and outstanding justice activist, along with a local chemistry teacher, about what they know about the toxic waste. We're here with Mr. Kirby Puckett and reporting to you live in the interview. So, Mr. Kirby Puckett, how does stripping electronics of important elements for reuse work?
Well, see, what people do to get metals out of e-waste is they take those e-waste and they burn them. And they get copper, aluminum, and steel, as well as some other metals. And then what they could do is they could take wiring boards and computer chips, and they want to get the gold, right? Because the gold's price is rising right now. And so they take those computer chips and the wiring boards and they place them in acid. And the acid melts away all the other materials, which is released into the environment, which is bad for our environment. And then the gold is left over. But the byproduct is very harmful for our environment.
Yes. Our second question would be, is this a global issue? What would be the quickest way to enforce a solution to this problem?
Well, see, the problem is that right now society, it's a use and throw away society. They're making things that are obsolescence, right? They're encouraging obsolescence. Things that you use once and it's no longer used, you throw it away. You don't recycle, you don't reuse, you don't reduce your product. And so there's constantly an overproduction of these non-biodegradable materials, especially technology devices, iPods, Walkmans and computers, cell phones. I mean, think how many cell phones you go through and you just throw them away. And so you want to create a quick solution that would create more awareness about the subject. And you change the way we produce materials, as well as change the consumer's attitude. Because if the consumer understands the environmental impact, then they can make better choices when they go to the store to buy those electronic devices.
Hello, I'm here with Ms. North, the local chemistry teacher, and the question is, what effects could chemicals released from e-waste have on the surrounding areas?
Well, Michelle, the main effects come from the way this waste is disposed of. For example, cathode ray tubes, or CRTs, which produce the fluorescent in computer screens by emitting electrons, contain several pounds of lead. When CRTs break down in the landfill areas, the surrounding environment is exposed to very hazardous material.
It is shocking to realize that the United States produces around 3.3 million tons of e-waste and throws out over 100 million cell phones annually. In Gaiyu, a small village in China, 7 out of 10 children have a dangerous level of lead in their blood. Their home has become a dumping ground for unwanted electronics.
The serious health risks are even more surprising. Elements like lead, copper, cadmium, mercury, and chromium cause horrible repercussions. There's no escaping the damages these released elements can do when exposed in high amounts to the human body.
But how exactly do these elements damage the environment? One example is lead pollution. Lead enters freshwater resources through runoffs. Improper techniques for recycling old devices cause soil contamination and can release chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs.
We need to be encouraging the use of renewable resources, that is, resources that will stop damaging the planet. By moving away from non-durable resources, we can change the way we appreciate technology.
Each one of us can start making a difference by being conscious of how we dispose of our broken computers, phones, televisions, radios, and other devices. Be aware that our technology is coming at a price. You can go to www.recyclesandiego.org and look up e-waste to find a drop-off event coming soon near you.
In this digital age, everything is out with the old and in with the new. The more we can educate ourselves on the effects of e-waste, the more we can better understand the problem.
Certainly. Hopefully our beautiful audience feels the same way.
I'm sure they do. Thank you, and see you next time on The Pulse, where the real news happens.